Welcome to today's Wendy Wisdom. We're doing daily quick lives this week, leading up to and celebrating our I Have Your Back plan, which is launching this week. Today, we're going to create your superpower cocktail. And you don't have to leave your chair, and you don't need to open a bottle of whiskey. It's really simple. Let's get started. Are you in an active job search? Applying for jobs every day, or at least you were before Thanksgiving, and all you're hearing are crickets. The ATS keeps eating your resume, or at least that's what you're reading about on LinkedIn. You finally get an interview and you get rejected or you get ghosted. You can't get a recruiter to find you a job. Raise your hand if this is you. You're running out of cash. You need a job yesterday or Monday. You are struggling to get interviews. And when you finally get them, you never make it to the next round. Or maybe you're one of those folks who keeps getting to the final round, but gets rejected every time. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. No offers. If that's you, drop me a rejected in the comments or send it to me in a DM and say, Wendy, I'm just done with being rejected. Now, the good news is there are jobs out there that need what you have to offer. There are ways to make your LinkedIn profile more magnetic. You can actually have great relationships with recruiters, and it starts by knowing actually what their job is. You can squash those crickets with your passions and interests. You can master the inner game of rocking your interviews. You can get in the driver's seat and rock your outer game of rocking your interviews. And right now is actually the best time to be job hunting, in part because most people are making the huge mistake of taking a holiday nap. So you have way less competition for all those start on January 2 jobs. How great is that? Now, the bad news is you've got about 5 weeks left to land that job before the new year. Your job search is expensive. For every month that you are unemployed, you are losing thousands of dollars. If you make $120,000 a year, that's $10,000 a month. Every month. You need to make the most of your time, of every application, of every view of your LinkedIn profile, and every hard-earned interview. You need to be able to stand out in a highly competitive market. All this job search stress is taking a toll on your health, your family, your happiness, and your career path. All because you aren't using tools that are available to you to get you, and assets that you actually have to get you on the fastest path to your next job. What if instead of struggling, you start applying to jobs that are a great fit with a resume that clearly states that you can do exactly what the recruiter and hiring manager reading your resume needs doing? What if you started getting interviews and rocked them? What would that be like? How would it feel? What would getting that job offer mean for you, for your family, for your finances, and for your health? If you're ready to start getting and rocking your interviews and getting an offer and landing that job, drop a job in the comments or tell me in the DMs, Wendy, I'm over it. I really need to get this done. Now, let's get clear on why you might want to listen to me when it comes to your superpower cocktail. It is not because I'm a bartender. I do make good cocktails and mocktails, but that's actually not why you're listening to me. The reason you want to listen to me, well, reason number one, is because I have conducted 12,000 interviews in my career. Let me slow down. 12,000 interviews. I've taught hundreds of hiring managers and recruiters how to conduct interviews. I've designed interview processes and scoring rubrics at dozens of companies. I've trained dozens of recruiters. I've hired more than 1,000 people in my career. I scaled a fintech startup from employee 23 to employee 500 and $100 million exit. Now that you know why you're listening, let's talk about what we're going to learn today. So, our steps, we have 3 steps to mixing our superpower cocktail. Step 1, know what your superpowers are, because you are more than your skills and job experience. If you don't know what your superpowers are, you are literally rejecting yourself from your dream job. Step 2, find companies who will be thrilled by your superpowers, because those companies will choose you over all other candidates. If you don't apply to companies who want your superpowers, you are setting yourself up for a long, lonely job search. And who wants that? You've probably already had enough of that already. The point is to end that. Now, step 3. Step 3 is that we're going to describe the results your superpowers have delivered in the past in your cover letter, in your LinkedIn profile, and depending on what the story is, it might actually fit in your resume too. Because even if you know what your superpowers are and you're applying to companies that would be thrilled by your superpowers, if you don't tell them how the superpowers will help them, they're never going to know. If you don't tell them about your superpowers and how they will help them, you've just wasted all the time you spent figuring out what your superpowers are and finding companies who need them. Doesn't make a lot of sense. They can't read your minds. You have to tell them. Now, if you would like my cheat sheet on making your superpower cocktail, you can drop me a superpower in the comments. You can send me a DM and say, Wendy, I want that cheat sheet on the superpower cocktail, and I'll get it to you. I do want to say the job market is scary. And that's now, while everyone else is taking off from their job search and having a nice little holiday nap and eating a lot of Christmas cookies. In January, they'll be back at it, applying away to all the jobs, whether or not they're qualified, raising the number of applications people have to get through, and you'll have a lot more competition. Now, here's the good news. It is possible to get on the best path to your next job. And when you do this, you'll apply to jobs that are a good fit for you, for what you want and what you have to offer. When you do that, you will start getting interviews and rocking those interviews and landing offers. If you want the details on my I Have Your Back plan for your holiday job hunt, I've got all sorts of great holiday presents in there for you. You're going to let me know. Start now if you're smart. Start in January if you want. All you have to do is reach out in the DMs or in the comments here below this week, and I'll share all the holiday goodness that I am cooking up. Let's get you on the fastest path to your next job now.